Hey guys, welcome to Tracking the Wolves, the official sports show for Northern State University. Today we're going to open up with some past results. The Northern State University women's basketball team defeated MSU Moorhead in the NSIC opener Saturday night, 96-88. NSU scored a season high of 96 points, led by junior Megan Muchler, setting a career high with 24 points. Muchler also racked up 10 rebounds in the win for her first double-double of the season. The NSU men's basketball team lost their NSIC opener Saturday night against MSU Moorhead, 87-76. Northern got off a strong start and led by as many as 10 with 10 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first half at 22-12, but that didn't last long. Moorhead out-rebounded Northern 49-29 in the game. NSU was led by Sky Warwick with 18 points, all off of three-pointers. And we'll be right back with an interview by Coach Cassegard.
NCAA championships are something special.
Filled with memories we will carry with us for the rest of our lives.
We ask that you cheer hard for your institutions.
Acting responsibly and courteously towards those around you.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, enjoy the game, and let's provide our student athletes, coaches, officials, and fellow fans the respect they deserve.
Welcome to Tracking the Wolves. I'm Associate Athletic Director Zach Flackus, and I'm joined today by our head swimming coach, Elise Castigar. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful today. How are you?
Excellent. You know, I just got to witness our last home swim meet of the year. It was actually senior day. Great event out there. We had a big crowd, a lot of people down at the Y. Tell us a little bit about senior day and maybe a little bit about your four seniors.
Well, we did have a great day. It was a good meet, final home meet of the season, and our athletes performed well under hard training circumstances, so that was good to see. Of course, we graduated 4 seniors, and that time always comes a little faster than we expect, but they're 4 individuals who have had a big impact on our program and where we've come so far and where we're going to go into the future.
You know, you've been at Northern now, 6 years?
7 years.
7 years. And so you've had, you know, these last 2 years, you've actually had some senior classes and graduated. You know, where do you see the program going? I know you've built it up to where now you got a squad of 20 plus student athletes. What do you see as the future of swimming at Northern State?
Well, I think as far as for our future, we need to still continue to build upon the program where we are now. Further depth in all of the areas. I mean, if you look at, there's 4 strokes, different distances in the different strokes, and there's the individual medley and all the relays and 3 distance events. So there's a lot of area to cover with the athletes that we have, but I'd like to have a little bit more depth, and certainly to become more competitive in our conference, we need to gain some further strength.
Well, and as you look at your roster, it's great because you've got some local athletes there, the Ashley Lefebvre and your niece and Wayflin and Michael Miller. And then I see on your roster you've got some kids from California and Montana and Idaho. How do you get that mix? How do you get a South Dakota girl and yet a California girl and be on the same team?
Well, it's certainly great to get our local individuals and see them continue in the sport and have that opportunity to compete at college. And as far as those that, you know, are coming from Idaho and California, Wisconsin, we're looking for those individuals that will tie in well at the university and who can bring in some strengths to our program. A lot of times we'll find individuals that, you know, have found us by searching out certain colleges and what they want to study here at Northern, and then we take a look at them and hopefully it's a good mix, and so far it has been.
You know, I think your background is from the University of Minnesota and some different swimming programs, so you've really had a high level of swimming background. You know, as you look around the NSIC, what is it going to take for the NSIC to really become competitive on the national level when you look at, you know, the other Division II swimming programs in the country?
Well, I think with that, you know, with the NSIC, we need to continue to draw in individuals who are swimming at a faster pace, a higher level, and to be competitive at the nation, because the qualifying time standards are very, very difficult even at Division II. So that continuation of seeking out individuals who have faster times than what we currently have with our program.
Well, and a lot of that comes back, you know, the swimming program only being 7 years old, a lot of that comes back to funding. I mean, if you want to get a top-level swimmer, you have to pay for them. I know you do some fundraising. The Wolves Club provides some scholarships, but is that really the difference maker if you had additional scholarships? Is that kind of what helps the program build when you can get in a couple of those marquee type swimmers?
I certainly think that's a key factor. There's a lot of things that are involved with that, but when you have that funding to bring somebody in versus providing them with a $2,500 scholarship or maybe half of their education's paid for, or even a full ride, yeah, definitely that makes a big impact.
Okay, any swimming supporters out there, you can help her out and give her a scholarship. But, Coach, tell us about a little bit of the rest of the season, what we've got coming up. Swimming's kind of a long season. I mean, I know your athletes train year-round. It's a very intense sport. We're kind of in the middle of your season. We'll go till, I think it's February when you have your regional, national. This year the regional is actually closer, but tell us about some of your upcoming meets.
Yeah, well, this weekend we're headed to Rochester, Minnesota. This is a mid-season meet, so our girls are very excited. Prior to the week before Thanksgiving, they've been training extremely hard since the end of August. So it's a long time. And so we're slightly resting going into this meet. We're looking for some great performances from our team, maybe some national qualifying times. That would be nice to hit some of that at this point. That's kind of the goal. And just to get us set up for seeing what we need to do for the rest of the season.
You know, like you mentioned, those national qualifying standards, is this like the sport of track where there's a provisional mark, there's an automatic qualifier, and then there's just being one of the top athletes in that particular time in the nation?
Well, it's an automatic qualifying time. They have an A time and then a B cut. A B is consideration. Now there's a cap on the meet, so once they meet that cap, even if you did have a B cut, you may not get into the event. And typically it has to be at the low end of the B cut in order to get in, and it's pretty difficult. So you got to really hit those A marks in order to get to nationals.
Well, and I know your athletes, like you said, it's a long, grueling season. They really train a lot. Is there a little bit of downtime around the holidays, or do they just keep plugging right through? I know you said you're prepping for this mid-season meet, but will they jump back in the pool 7 days a week again as soon as that's over?
They will. We'll have Monday off. That'll be kind of their little rest day.
That's their break?
Yep. Then we're back at it hard until they leave. They'll practice through the 19th, and they're expected to train over Christmas break, and they know how critical it is because when they get back to school and start again January 13th, they'll be back a week before that. But we have a little bit of time before mid-February when our conference meet is, so they know that it's critical to continue training.
Okay. Coach, with that, I'm going to let you run so you can get back to training, but I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
This has been Zach Flackus with head swimming coach Elise Castigar.
We know you want family-friendly sporting events.
Sporting events where you can be comfortable
and entertained in a positive environment. Watching great individuals and teams compete.
With commitment, effort, and good sportsmanship. That's what the Division II Game Environment Initiative is about.
Be a part of the excitement and find out why. These student athletes say with pride,
I chose
Division II.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with Caitlin and Eliza on the NSU swim team. So Caitlin, Eliza, could you tell me a little bit about yourselves, where you're from, your major, and why you chose Northern?
I am from Fresno, California. It's like in the middle of California. I found Northern, I was on berecruited.com, and it's just like a free website. And I just was searching and finding like the D2 schools and that had like special education, elementary education. And I found this school and I contacted Coach Castigar, and that's how it really started.
All right, Eliza.
I'm from Anoka, Minnesota, and I had actually never heard of Northern before my friend found it. And so my dad emailed the coach my times and everything, and we were looking into it and stuff, and that's how it all started. And yeah, I feel like it's the perfect fit for me.
That's good. So going into it as freshmen, you guys are both freshmen, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it, are you guys nervous, or is everything seem to go pretty smooth so far?
Well, at first for me, I was a little nervous being so far away from home and not knowing anyone pretty much. So a little nerve-wracking, but now I really am glad I chose Northern.
That's good.
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me. Like, I was really nervous the first month of school and swimming and everything, but after a while, the team was really welcoming and helpful to all of us freshmen, and so it was really nice.
How is the team doing so far this year?
Really good, I think. We only lost to Moorhead, and then everything else we've won every single swim meet. So.
And how many meets do you guys have left?
3.
Mm-hmm.
3 more.
No home meets at all?
No.
Unfortunately.
Bummer. What races do you guys do?
I'm a butterflyer, and then I do middle distance freestyle.
Middle distance freestyle.
I swim breaststroke and sometimes the 200 IM.
How do you know, like, what stroke you're going to do? Like, do you just kind of figure it out as you're growing up? You just kind of see what you're good at, or do you just kind of get thrown into it? Or
pretty much you just figure it out as you grow up.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, I'm not a breaststroker like Eliza. That's for sure. So that's you just know.
Could you demonstrate a butterfly?
Okay.
Could you show us how to do
the arms?
Arms it.
Yep.
Like this? You have to, like,
that was
your head.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah?
Just like that, and just pull down, and then
And then
do
there's
it
also
again.
a back, like a wave.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Like
do
a
it with your
dolphin.
body.
Like a dolphin.
Yeah, that's crazy. The best stroke, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like regular swimming.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to go like this.
Show her. I had to show her.
Just throw your hands forward.
So, right when you guys got here, did you guys start off with practices, or were you just doing school and you had a bit of a break? Because I know you guys aren't a fall season sport.
Mm-hmm. So we had to wait like 4 days before we started. So
4
we
days. Wow,
started.
all 4 days.
All 4 days of school.
Yeah.
It was a nice break.
It was, but we started the Thursday after we moved in. So.
When did you guys get here?
August
24th.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky. Wow.
Yeah. I drove here from California.
You drove?
I
Wow.
drove here.
That's a crazy drive.
I'm never doing it again.
I'm assuming you drove here too.
I did.
So you have cars?
No.
What?
No, my parents just drove me here and then they just drove off.
What about you?
I do have a car.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
As a freshman, that's like, you have friends when you have a car. Yeah? So would you say that in the beginning, when you guys first started your season, it was a lot harder than it is being in season, or?
Yeah. I was a little out of shape. So
Me too.
Summer break. And so, but then Coach Kashgar is a good coach, and so she really knows how to train us well. And so now we're doing a lot better than we did in the beginning.
Do you guys ever lift weights at all, or do you guys just strictly remain in the pool?
We lift weights on Monday and Wednesday mornings.
Okay.
So
what kind of weight lifts do you do? Just like with your arms, or?
everywhere.
We like alternate between like arms and legs and abs at the end of it.
And there's no guys on the swim team? It's just women. So is it just a myth that when you shave your arms, it makes you swim faster? Or is that true?
I think it's just like a mind game.
It's a
like,
mind game.
Yeah, because like when you jump in the water, like it's like all like you feel like I don't know.
A dolphin.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like how when you shave your legs and you go to bed.
Yeah.
Fresh bed sheets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It does a little bit, because if you train without the shaving, like it kind of is like drag, and then.
Oh, so it does make you faster.
Just a little bit,
Yeah.
and then once you shave before the big swim meet, then you feel a little bit faster through the water because you don't have the resistance.
For high school season, we weren't allowed to shave the whole entire swim season until
terrible.
the final meet.
Wow, so it really does make a difference.
It does.
It does.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
As gross as it sounds.
How long does it take you guys to put on those head caps? I mean, you have long hair.
A couple seconds.
Yeah.
Really?
You just throw
Put
it
your
on.
hair in a bun and put it on.
Oh my gosh. Does
The
it hurt your
swimsuit's
head?
the hard thing
Yeah,
to
the
put on.
swimsuit's the hard part.
Is there like a certain type of goggle you need to have, or?
I think it's just preference.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all together as a team, you feel like everything's going to go smoothly, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to do good in conference, so
Yes.
I'm excited.
Who are your next few opponents?
We are going in Rochester, Minnesota.
For an invitation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next meet, was that like the Dragon?
Moorhead,
invite?
yep.
Yeah, it's Moorhead.
Do you feel like the races are a lot harder than they were in high school? Or are they just the same?
I'm not really sure. I don't know, kind of like the same. You always want to do good. You always want to work really hard. So.
What's like a decent time to have when you're competing? Like, what's a good time? Like, what is one race for you? Like a butterfly, is it just there and back, or?
Well, I do the 200, and so it's kind of like when you count laps, it's like counting quarters. So one lap is a 25, and then 2 laps is a 50. And so a 200 fly, I do 8 laps of butterfly.
Wow. When do you start feeling like you just are so tired that you just got to keep
the
going?
half point.
Yeah. The half point?
Yeah, you get halfway. Because she does the 200 breaststroke too.
Oh
and so when you get halfway, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have another.
I think after just a 50 for me, I'm tired and I just want to be done.
When you guys practice, like, because I know like other sports, you obviously don't play, like, go crazy, dress out and play that sport full on, but with swimming, like, you have to. You have to practice your races fully. Do you do that every day, or do you just kind of do it in increments?
Well, we train hard. Like, I do freestyle too, so sometimes my coach puts me like in the distance area and work on my freestyle, and then sometimes I do butterfly, so it kind of varies.
All right, well, that was Caitlin and Eliza, and we'll be right back after these messages.
NCAA championships are something special.
Filled with memories we will carry with us for the rest of our lives.
We ask that you cheer hard for your institutions.
Acting responsibly and courteously towards those around you.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, enjoy the game, and let's provide our student athletes, coaches, officials, and fellow fans the respect they deserve.
Hey guys, welcome back. We have the Qdoba Athletes of the Week, junior Megan Muchler and Ty Stortson. They are both on the basketball teams. They have been named as the Qdoba Scholar Athletes of the Week for their academic and athletic efforts last week. Megan Muchler scored a career high of 24 points against MSU Moorhead in the Wolves NSIC season opener. Muchler also took to the glass in the game with 10 rebounds, recording her first double-double of the season. Earlier in the week, Megan connected for 18 points and 9 rebounds against the visiting NAIA Maryville Comets. Ty scored a total of 27 points throughout the week in the Wolves games with Maryville State University and MSU Moorhead. Ty was a perfect 2 for 2 from 3 points range and 5 to 8 from a free throw line in the Wolves' win over Maryville State. He also added 5 assists in the game. He went 4 and 8 from the floor and 6-6 for the free throw line versus the Dragons. Some upcoming events. Both men's and women's basketball teams will travel to Minot and University of Mary this weekend. Friday night against Minot, women starting at 6 and men at 8. Saturday night, they will then play University of Mary women at 4 and men at 6. NSU Swimming will be in the pool for the Rochester Invite December 7th and 8th. NSU Wrestling will return to action December 7th as NSU travels to the MSU Moorhead Open. The NSU volleyball team will play Concordia St. Paul Thursday at noon. The match will take place in Duluth, Minnesota. If you can make it to Duluth to watch the Wolves, there's a viewing party Thursday at noon upstairs in the Watts Arena in the auxiliary gym team room. All Northern fans are welcome. And that's it for the upcoming events, and go Wolves!